I'm going to start your reading right now. No more of that. So yeah, the first card you've got for your past is the World. Yeah, amazing. Really transforming card. Very transforming, and I'm getting that. I'm getting that all over this reading, actually. Transformations. Lots of changes, lots of transformation. And, you've got this and the Judgment card together. Both of them are about that. Big, big life changes. I think you know this is coming. I think you know, or I think you know that this was always going to happen. There's something here that you've always felt in your whole life that, okay, one day this is going to happen for me. I'm going to do this. I'm going to be able to do this thing. Or my life is going to be like this. I just know that. I've always known that. When I was younger, I've known that. I know it now. And you're right. You are absolutely right. And yeah, you've always had this in your mind. You've built this up in your head. It's like a feeling. And I think even when you've gone to do other things, maybe work things, or you've lived somewhere else, or you've been in situations that have been okay, you never settled for those things. Always in the back of your mind. For example, let's say if you had a really good job and it was paying really well, it wasn't what you ultimately wanted, and you were fine doing that, but always in the back of your mind you knew that you're going to do this other thing. So if that's you, it looks like that's going to happen for you. Now, yeah, building this up in your mind, building this up in your heart. It's always been there, always been there. Okay, I'm getting something else here. It's more transformation, but this is way back in the past. Well, not way back, but it's a while back. There was a really transformative time, I think, in your life, if this is you, a few years ago, actually. And you put your faith in something you were doing. You're working on something, and it was like, this is going to lead me to where I want to go. This is going to lead me to this thing, this time in my life that I'm looking forward to, if I do this thing. So you put your faith in this thing. I think you're working on this. And you put your faith in a person as well. So I'm getting something and someone. So you put your faith in something and you put your faith in someone at the same time. So in this past transformation, your life was really transformed. And it was mostly the way you felt about yourself and the way you felt about what you were doing. And so you're working on whatever this was. You really felt as if, okay, this is possible now. I can feel this is possible now. I know it is. And then you met this person and there was huge love between you. So it's almost like this big explosion in your life. Everything was amazing. Amazing feelings, very, very strong feelings. And yeah, this person totally loved you. I can see that. They totally loved you. And yeah, I was saying explosion, and I think that's what happened. This big explosion of love. It was all amazing. And then things went downhill pretty quickly. It was like this big explosion, and then things deteriorated quite quickly. That's what I'm getting. So yeah, if you're looking back over this time, and if you're thinking, well, did they really love me? Was that all for nothing? Was it just made up? Were they just faking things? No, they weren't. Especially in the beginning, they weren't. I think things deteriorated quite quickly. Obviously, they fell out of love quite quickly. But in the beginning, they really, really felt this. They really felt this for you. They loved you. I'm actually seeing them telling people about you and how amazing you were. And, you built up each other's confidence. I'm getting that really, really, really strongly there. Yeah. And so they were saying all these complimentary things to you and to other people about you. And then things stopped quite quickly. That's what I'm getting. But when things were going really well in this situation, this is what I'm getting. There was a lot of inspiration around you. A lot of inspiration. So again, you were doing this thing. You were very inspired, very creative. Pisces is a very creative sign. So I'm seeing this creating, building, making plans. I'm literally seeing something drawn by hand on a piece of paper to make something. It's like, this is the plan. I'm going to make this. Look at this. You're showing them, oh, I'm going to do this, that. And so I don't know if they meant to inspire you. I'm sure they didn't, but you were inspired by them. as well. And yeah, part of you wanted to impress them, I think. And I think you might look back on this time and think, oh, what a fool I was. Why did I want to impress them? But don't ever feel bad about that, because if you love someone, you should want to impress them. Not in a show-off way, but more like, I want to be my best for them. I want to show them what I can be. That's a good thing. You know, that's a good thing about you. So don't ever feel bad about that. Don't ever feel embarrassed or silly about that. And you really grew. You really grew at this time. You really developed yourself. I'm getting that. You developed from one kind of person, or I shouldn't say that, you're the same person, but one situation. You've developed from one way that you felt about yourself. That's what I'm trying to say. And then you really developed into feeling this, almost like a new sense of respect about yourself. Lots and lots of things changed about you, even your appearance, I think. And I think you've dropped this thing you were doing now. I don't think you were doing that. It might be that after you broke up from this person, after you separated from them, you dropped that. And maybe that's because, you know, if you think about taking this up again, it gives you all these memories of them, and you start thinking, oh, that makes me think of that again. I don't want to go there again. But I think this thing that you were doing, building, making, whatever this was, it's beyond that relationship. It's beyond that. At that time, you felt that that was what was going to send you forward into this thing that you knew you were going to do. And I think that's still there. And I think if you take this up again, it's going to lead you to this new transformation. So I think that's what I'm seeing there. So yeah, the other thing I have to say about this is, yeah, firstly, take this up, do this thing. Sorry, I'm getting confused because I'm seeing so many things all at the same time. But yeah, you're the only one you need to impress now. This is what I'm getting. You're the only one you need to impress now. They're not there anymore. But that's good, because you're the most important person in your life now. You want to do well for yourself. Impress yourself. Don't worry about them. Try not to tie this thing you're working on to this relationship. It's separate from that. Yes, it was all tangled in at the time. But now, when you look back on this, try and separate that thing you were working on, or that thing you were doing, from this person. And I know that's probably difficult, because I think you wanted to move forward into this thing. You want to transform into this thing you always knew you were going to do. And you're going to bring them with you. You're going to bring them along with you. And obviously that didn't happen. But it doesn't matter now. It doesn't matter about them. You're bringing yourself with you. You're bringing yourself with you. And you're the most important person in this. So please go back and do this. Okay. This is what I'm getting here. This is what's coming up. Now, I'm literally seeing 3 to 4 years or something like that. Yeah, 2017, 2018, around that time, I think they were really crucial years for you around that time for someone. And I think that was a big turning point for you. And maybe that was when all this happened, all this started blooming, this work you were doing, this amazing explosion with this love, and then everything went downhill really quickly. So things turned up really quickly, and then they went down really quickly. And yeah, again, lots and lots of memories are still holding you on to this. It's almost like you're linking your memories with them, with this particular thing. And you've got to try and separate those things, because the key to where you want to go, it's back in that time, and it's not with that person, it's with that thing you were doing. And you know, yeah, you've got the Two of Wands here, and that's all about looking forwards, moving forwards, being able to do that. And yeah, the way you're going to do that is with this thing that you're going to be working on. Sorry to keep on saying the same thing over and over again. But yeah, it looks like when you do this thing, if you pick this up again and do this, which you should do if this is you, you might have to change the way you're doing this. Maybe you're going to have to transfer this to something online or something like that, because, you know, with the way the world is, everything's online. People aren't contacting each other, so something like that might have to happen, if that makes sense to you. But yeah, you've got the skills. You don't need anyone with you. You don't need to bring anyone with you. You don't need anyone's approval. You can absolutely do this by yourself and for yourself. Do this for yourself, for this transformation that you want in your life. Do not look back and say, if only I had have taken that up again, I wouldn't be where I am. I'd be over here. You can and you will be over here if you take this thing up. That's what I'm seeing. Now, I'm literally getting travel here as well. I'm getting travel with this transformation. Obviously, the World card can be all about travel. Justice, not justice, judgment. I always accidentally say justice instead of judgment. Judgment can be about moving, traveling, moving forward. Obviously, the Two of Wands, he's thinking about traveling. You've got traveling in the middle with the Six of Swords. Everyone's traveling. So there's definitely traveling here. So if this thing that you're thinking of going into is tied in with traveling for you, or you want to travel, absolutely that can happen as well. I'm literally seeing someone, I don't know if this is you, but it's someone who's listening to this, Googling where they want to go, Googling this one place that they've always thought of going to, and maybe looking at places to live there, saying, oh, where can I live? Okay, let's look on this, in this thing, we'll see where we can live over there. Oh, that's a nice place. Oh, I like that one. Things like that. You can absolutely go there. You can absolutely do this. And the key to doing that is this thing that you are working on, if this all makes sense to you. Yeah, it's funny I'm saying key, because I'm just looking up at the Hierophant, and there are these keys right in front of him. I don't know if you can see that. Little golden keys. So to me, that means golden opportunity. So the key's there. The key's there. You just need to go back and open up that old box you had that you put aside, away in the wardrobe, maybe not literally, but something you put away and you locked away and you don't want to look at ever again. That's what you've got to open up and do again, and that's what's going to push you forward. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm just about to cough, but I'm not. It's like, when you feel a cough and you think, am I going to cough? No. Am I going to sneeze? No, I didn't. Okay, so I'm going to talk about this Hierophant now because it's all leading on to that. So, okay, this is something different here. It feels quite heavy, actually. It feels restricted. It feels like I'm being restricted. I'm getting a group. Someone's right at the center of this group, or someone's in this group. It feels like you're really close to one of these people in this group. Very restricted, very difficult feeling. It feels like I'm being stopped. It feels like I'm being stopped. I think when you're with this group of people, might be family, I think. When you're around this group of people, you literally stop yourself from saying things. So it feels like you've got a very strong opinion about things, and they do as well. And they just do not go together. So just to keep the peace, just to keep things, okay, keep things running smoothly, I should say, you don't give your opinions to them when you're with them. And I actually think you might be separating, or you're not with them that often. And maybe that's why, because there's this tension there and you can't be yourself, you can't speak your mind properly around them. So this other person I'm getting in the middle of this group, and I'm seeing them right in the middle because they want to be a part of this family, they want to be a part of this group. And I'm not saying you don't, but they're a lot closer than you are to this group, and they want to be a part of this group, and they're restricting a part of who they are to be a part of this group. That's what I'm getting, a big part of themselves. There's this part of themselves, there's a part of themselves this family would never approve of, and they're hiding that from this family. I'm getting a sibling, doesn't have to be a sibling, but I'm getting sibling, I'm getting brother, doesn't have to be, that might help someone, I don't know, I just saw that. So okay, so I think this is all here because there's a situation that might be coming up where you might find yourself kind of stuck between the two of these people, this person and this group. So, and this person you're close to, whatever this is that they're hiding, they're not going to be able to hide this anymore for some reason. They can't, this is what I'm getting, they can't hide themselves anymore, or a big part of who they are. And so if this is you, if you know who this is, if you know what this is all about, I'm seeing you comforting them when this all comes out. I'm literally seeing them venting to you. They're going to be offloading a lot. Yeah, there's a lot. There's years of things coming out, years of problems, years of things they've hidden because they've held back on this. They've held back. They can't express this to them, but they can to you. So it's all going to come on you. And yeah, I think the message here is just be there. Just be there for them. Just listen to them. Yeah, you're going to be a bit tired of this, I think, at some time during this, because there's a lot to hear and they're going to be offloading a lot to you. But try and make an effort to listen to them if you can, because, for one, I don't think they've got many other people they can talk to. So, yeah, keep your ears open. Keep your ears open to them. Because if you look at this Hierophant, he's got his ears covered. So I think that's what the message here is. And, yeah, that's what this family group's like. They've got their ears closed, covered. They don't want to listen. They don't want to hear this. So you've got to be the one who's there for them. So just listen to them. That's what I'm getting in that card. So, yeah, more transformations here. All of this coming out is actually going to be a big transformation for them, a big transition for them. And I think eventually they might move away from this family in some way. Just because I'm just looking at the Six of Swords now, moving away from that. So again, look at the Six of Swords. They're moving away, they're moving away from all that. They're moving away from all that stress. And, they're moving away and someone's helping them. Someone's guiding them. And I think that person's you. This man who's steering this, that's you. So you're helping them navigate. You're helping them navigate themselves out of this problem. And you're just there for them. You're just supporting them and guiding them. So that's what I'm seeing. Okay, I just have to say this, just watch out for this potential situation that might happen. Because this is right next to the High Priestess, and sometimes the High Priestess can be about secrets. So they might ask you to keep some things to yourself. I'm sure they will if they're offloading things. And that's fine, but it might put you in a difficult position. Because I was seeing this before, you're in between the two. So just be aware of the possibility of that happening, or there might be a little bit of some awkwardness coming up for you because of that. But yeah, the Six of Swords, it's right in the middle because it's very important in this whole reading. Usually the one in the middle is the most important card. So, and yeah, travelling, again, with the Six of Swords. And the World card, travelling, all that. So yeah, literally moving, travelling. So this is another sign that you're actually going to be doing this, or you're going to be able to do this travelling and this moving, if that's what you want to do. And again, you've been preparing for this for a long, long time, for years and years and years. But I think with that setback you had when you were on this ex, it kind of made you feel a bit lost. You think, well, how am I actually going to do this? Is it really realistic? Because at the time, when you had this other transformation, nothing was unrealistic to you. It was like, I can do anything. I'm on top of the world with this World card. I feel as if I can do just about anything. And then when that crashed, you kind of crashed with that. And you're in a better place now. But it's like, how can I do this? How can I realistically do this? I think it's unrealistic. I don't know. I don't think I can really do this. That's the kind of thing I'm getting from you.